And there's no Christmas as a Niger without the original home stew. So I'm starting to make my stew on Christmas Eve. I've already fried my onion, my pepper, habanero peppers. And then here I blended all the fresh tomatoes with tatashe, boil it to dry, all the liquid. I have my hunt tomatoes. And then I have seasoned and boiled all the meat that is going in there. As you can see. So now I'm here to fry the tomatoes. First, the onions is frying and the fresh habanero blended pepper. So now I have tomatoes, onions, tatashe, and some herbs blended together and boiled to dry in this tomato concoction. So that's what I'm frying right now. I'm going to allow it to fry for a bit while continually stirring it inside it. It's going to be delicious. It looks so good. Look at the color. There is no Niger Christmas without the original rice and stew. So there's chicken. In this case, not chicken, hen. It's hen, goat meat, cow leg, no, pomo in this stew. So let it fry for a bit because you need to fry and dry. Look a little pasty. So I'm using cubes of knorr, but I can't tell you the quantity because it depends on how large or how big a pot of stew you're making is. So, but I'll peel knorrs. In my case, I'm probably going to do 2 or 3, depending on the taste. When after I taste it, scrunchy. It's a little hot, so I'll let it sit, and then I use my spoon to smooch it down. And then I'll take a few scoops of tomato paste. But what I forgot to tell you that those tomato sauce that I prepared, I blended fresh Roma tomatoes with basil, thyme, and rosemary. And tatashe, in this case, is called bell pepper, but we call it tatashe. I blended all together and boiled it for 45 minutes to dry all the water, drain all the water out before I use it for the stew. Otherwise, all that liquid will go into the stew. But I'm just using, I really don't like using too much of the tomato paste, so I'm just using a few scoops of it, and I still have quite an amount of it inside the container. And then I'll stir it together and allow it to fry some more. I'm basically going to add my meat at the end because the meat is really tender. My culture, we do not like when meat is too tender. We like something to be chewy. So you can see how it is. The type of oil I use, I didn't use the normal groundnut peanut oil or groundnut oil. I use extra olive oil. So I love me some olive oil in everything that I cook because it's actually much healthier for you. I'm not saying coconut oil is bad, but I prefer olive oil and it's tasty. So I'll allow it to fry some more, and the last thing that will go into that will be the meat and a little bit of the meat sauce, and then we should be done. So let you come back in before I get it done. Maybe add the meat to it and then turn it off. Alright, I'm ready to add the meat, the goody. Because I'm going to try to select the hen because the poma is too tender. turn it off because I don't want it to keep cooking. It's already too tender. So I need to add a little bit of salt to taste. So I actually eyeballed it. Oh, look at that. Look at that color. It's very thick, so I might add a little bit of liquid. Warm water. Okay. I'll allow it to cook. Let me add a little bit of water just to loosen it up a little bit. I did add a little bit of water. I'll stir it and then I'll cover it. Tomatoes are fried a bit, so I'm allowed to cover it for now. Still very thick. Cover. Bring the heat a little bit up. Leave it alone.